Clinical lab science appeals to me because I really like solving puzzles and figuring out and troubleshooting the machines is fascinating. Troubleshooting patient results, is that a true patient result, or do I have something else going on here?
This was described to me as a medically related biological scientist when I was in high school, and I thought that is what I want to do because that sounds wonderful. It's everything that I enjoy.
Students in clinical lab science improve the lives of other people by being part of the healthcare team. So we may have a role that is not quite as visible to the patient, but the clinicians, the other healthcare providers, nursing, can't actually move on without some of the patient blood tests and body fluid tests that we perform in the laboratory.
I think we've all had that phrase of we're going to do a test and we'll see what the answer is, and that's where we come in. So the medical laboratory scientist does testing on all blood and body fluids, so answers that physicians and the medical staff is waiting on to hopefully help to diagnose and treat and monitor health.
So I find that students that are drawn to biology and chemistry, end up over here in clinical lab sciences because it's some way to apply those theories and concepts that they've learned in biology and chemistry.
I think the typical medical laboratory scientist is usually a student who enjoys science. They enjoy problem solving. They many times are individuals who are very good at paying attention to detail. They tend to share that common characteristic.
Here at Eastern, each of our clinical lab courses mirrors a department of the laboratory. So when a student goes through our coursework here, I think that they can put together with, this is what I'm going to be doing when I get out into the workplace.
At Eastern Michigan University, we have a pretty small program, and so that allows our labs to remain relatively small, and will be taught by a medical laboratory scientist or a medical technologist, not a graduate assistant. We can give them real examples from when we were working in the clinic, as well as the adjuncts that we have also are currently working in the clinical realm. So they are coming from the lab and providing examples that they just saw that day.
In the clinical lab science program, we limit our class sizes to 15 to 20, and we do that in the classroom as well as in the laboratory.
We really care about these students and how they succeed, and we are able to do that because of the smaller class sizes, but also just because that's just the nature of how this place is kind of wired. It's like we really want to support and care for those students and get them to a place that they're happy at and that they are successful and that they're enjoying their work.